how does a modern twist on Mary Poppins sound? What if the performance took place under a starry night sky? Well, if that sounds supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, then you're going to want to put this Chemeketa Community College production on your calendar. Mary Poppins, Theater Under the Stars, premieres on July 29th at Salem Riverfront Park. It features a live orchestra, professional cast members, and the community college's own students. So joining us to talk about this production is show choreographer Christopher Dean and Megan Smith, who is playing Mary Poppins herself. Thank you both so much for being here this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Okay, so you're about 2 weeks out from opening night. How are you both feeling? What are you most excited about? Megan, I'll start with you.
It's always nervous before you open, but we have a really strong cast, and there's already some really beautiful moments coming forward that we're just really, really excited to see. And I'm looking the most forward to interacting in an outdoor theater. That's new for me. And really just having that special experience of having this under the stars. It's going to be a really unique experience.
And Christopher, what about you?
Yeah, I think what makes this experience special, but it's a double-edged sword, is that we are at Gerry Amphitheater in Salem, so the show takes place outdoors, under the stars. However, the catch is that we can't just go out there and rehearse every night for weeks. So we're basically working as creatives on all of our different elements separately, and then within a couple of days, everything has to come together, and it does come together. But that's the scary part. Last night was my first night out at the amphitheater, and just transferring my work into a different venue and adding the elements of the sun setting and wind out there. It's beautiful, but it's also a little more of a frightening experience because it does come together a little later in the process than typically would happen if you're in a permanent, theater venue.
Yeah, you're so right. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point. And Megan, I know you said you've never done a performance outside before. What are some things that you're having to, think about or prepare for performing outside?
Well, I used to work for Disney Parks, so I've done parades and shows out there, but Disney really makes their environment very specific. And yesterday I noticed there's just some bugs around that I have to be really careful if I take a deep breath or if it lands on my face. Mary Poppins isn't a fidgeter, so, you just kind of have to deal with it. And there's people that just stop and watch us while we're rehearsing, or some have even come up onto the stage. And so it's been a very unique experience rehearsing that out in the public.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So a warning to everybody, if Mary Poppins starts coughing on stage, she swallowed a bug. That's why.
She swallowed a bug. Absolutely.
So I know this is Mary Poppins with a modern twist, so I don't want you to give anything away, but what can audiences expect from this show? What does this mean, a modern twist?
Yeah, there is a little bit of a modern twist. It's become part of today's culture with revivals of musicals in an effort to keep them fresh and also to bring a new generation into the wonder of what our traditional musicals have. Our defined spends. We've seen Sunset Boulevard incorporating television and cameras on stage. Now Evita on the West End is having singers go out onto balconies and sing in the streets on camera. Our director had a vision that we would incorporate something that would bring the newest generation of theater goers and give them an understanding and really touch them in a different way without changing anything about the traditional musical. So we do involve a modern day family. They are still a British family, but they do have things like iPads and cell phones.
Yeah.
And the storyline, as far as the distraction the kids experience go, whether they're extremely wealthy or overindulged, or whether they have technology in the home, you can see the same results, is that children become disconnected. And I think that's the original theme of the musical. And with Mary coming back in now in a modern day age, showing it that sometimes it's time to unplug and to reconnect. I think that modern kids today who have never seen Mary Poppins before will walk away with an even deeper understanding. But the biggest and most amazing part of it is that we haven't changed a single song. We haven't changed a single lyric or a single bit of the book or the script. It all remains in place. And you just introduce these devices into the prop scheme and it completely makes sense still to a modern audience. So I'm hoping that kids today will see that and be like, wow, there's a message there. I need to disconnect and really pay attention to my family.
Cool. That sounds interesting. I'm really, really looking forward to this. I think that's a great
Really
idea.
cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see how it came together.
So Mary Poppins Theater Under the Stars runs from July 29th to July 31st and August 5th to August 7th. Audiences are encouraged to pack picnic baskets and bring blankets and lawn chairs. There'll be food trucks, snacks, and beverages on site as well. Megan Smith, Christopher Dean, thank you both so much for being on ArcPDX this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. We'll see you out there.
Yes, you will.